Good afternoon, everyone. So in the last class, what we discussed is about small signal operation of the MOSFET. Okay. And the major thing, the summary is, so we derived the two formulas. One is for transconductance GM, which is nothing but drain current ID divided by gate to source voltage VGS. Okay. That is the GM. And we got three formulas for GM. Okay. And second thing is voltage gain, because MOSFET is used as an amplifier. So amplifier means it is a voltage amplifier if we consider. So we call it as a voltage gain. Okay. So output voltage by input voltage. Output voltage is drain voltage VD. Input voltage is again gate to source voltage VGS. Okay. So these are the two things, formulas we came across in small signal operation. Okay. So now models. So model is nothing but, so if you have a MOSFET in your circuit, if you know resistor, inductor, capacitor is there, you know the VI relation and you can apply the KVL, you can solve it. But when a MOSFET symbol is there, so how to analyze that? Okay. So as we have done in BJT, diode cases also, right? So if a diode is there, we'll replace it by a voltage source, right? VK, right? And if you have a BJT, we will replace it by its own equivalent circuit model, hybrid 5 model we have seen, right? The same way for MOSFET also we require a model, and if we place that model, we can easily study its analysis. Okay. So that is the reason we will be studying this. Okay. Small signal equivalent circuit models. Okay. So just we'll have the look at it here. From a signal point of view, the FET, okay, the field effect transistor behaves as a voltage controlled current source. Okay. It acts as a voltage controlled current source. It accepts a signal VGS between gate and source, that is the input, and provides a current GM VGS at the drain terminal. What is this current? Drain current, ID. Okay. So ID is given from GM. Okay. So GM is given as ID by VGS. From this, what is ID is about GM into VGS. Okay. So like that. The input resistance of this controlled source is very high. Okay, ideally infinite. The input resistance is very high. We know in the MOSFET case, RG value we have taken in terms of mega ohm. Okay, so normally in the model we'll consider it as infinite and it will be removed. Okay, and the output resistance, that is the resistance looking into the drain, also is very high. So in the ideal case, so both the input resistance and output resistance is very high. So we have to be assume it as infinite so far. Okay. So what you have here is input VGS, and the output side you have the GM into VGS, a control source. Okay. What is that? Voltage controlled current source. Okay. So only two things we will have. So based on that, I will show you a one model, and is there any modifications? We'll keep on adding to that. Okay. So putting all of this together, we arrive at the figure which represents the small signal operation of the MOSFET and is thus a small signal model or small signal equivalent circuit. Okay. So what it indicates, we told that input side resistance is very high, output side resistance is also very high, infinite. In the ideal case, we removed it. What is remaining in MOSFET is the voltage what you are applying, that is the VGS, gate to source voltage you are applying, and for that you will be getting a current, drain current ID. So this is the drain current ID flowing in this manner. Okay. So how you give this drain current ID? From transconductance formula, GM is given as ID by VGS. So from this ID is given as GM into VGS, and this is a voltage controlled current source. So this symbol indicates current source, and this is a diamond symbol. It is a controlled one. Who is controlling that? The input voltage VGS is controlling. That's why it is voltage controlled. You can write that. Okay. So voltage controlled current source. So it is a voltage controlled current source. So this is your equivalent MOSFET model. Okay. So in ideal case, okay, so you have the gate terminal, you have the drain terminal, you have the source terminal. So gate to source, you have the VGS, and drain to source, you have the drain current established, which is equivalent to GM into VGS. Only two things you have. Okay. So we'll add further things, whatever is missing. Okay. We'll keep on adding. So this is the ideal model. In the analysis of a MOSFET amplifier circuit, the transistor can be replaced by the equivalent circuit model shown in figure. So now whenever you have to do a MOSFET analysis, okay, so you can place this equivalent model. Okay, so it will give the equivalent result. The rest of the circuit remains unchanged except that ideal constant DC voltage sources are replaced by short circuits. Okay, so this is a MOSFET, but you have seen previously in the MOSFET biasing, there are many other circuits also will be there. The practical circuits we have seen, there is a RD, VDD, this side RG will be there, this side RS will be there, right? So like that, when you have, so they will not change. Okay, so they will come parallel or serial with the whatever MOSFET you have. Okay, so normally it is a two-port network. The additional thing is, if you have an ideal DC voltage sources, so it should be replaced by short circuit. That means it's nullified. And if it current source is there, it should be open circuit. Okay, that is the thing. So this is a result of the fact that the voltage across an ideal constant DC voltage source does not change, and thus there will always be a zero voltage signal across a constant DC voltage source. So these are the terms sometimes it is required to explain the things. Okay, so how much possible you can write down. Okay. Next, a dual statement applies for constant DC current sources. As I mentioned, the signal current of an ideal constant DC current source will always be zero. Okay, and thus an ideal constant DC current source can be replaced by an open circuit. Okay, so DC voltage sources by short circuit and DC current sources by open circuit. Okay, in the small signal equivalent circuit of the amplifier when you are writing a small signal model. So the circuit resulting can then be used to perform any required signal analysis, such as calculating voltage gain. So why we use MOSFET for amplifier? Amplifier means you have to find out the gain. We will see one problem at the end. Okay, so that you will understand how we use this analysis and models. Okay, so voltage gain is one of the parameters of the amplifier. Okay, so to calculate that, we will be using this models and the analysis. Clear? The most serious shortcoming of the small signal model of figure D is that it assumes the drain current in saturation is independent of the drain voltage. So this is one assumption it is making, that model. Okay, so drain voltage is independent. So the model is in saturation, MOSFET is in saturation, it is taking. Okay, so otherwise it is completely okay. So to overcome this shortcoming, what we will do? So from the study of the MOSFET characteristics in saturation, we know that the drain current does in fact depend on VDS in a linear manner. So in the previous model, the figure D I shown you know, it is having a shortcoming. What is that? It is not considering the VDS. To consider that, what we'll do, such a dependence was modeled by a finite resistance R0. So to include that, so what we'll do, we'll include a small resistance R0 between drain and source. Okay, in parallel with the voltage controlled current source, we will place that. Its value is also given by VA by ID. Okay, so magnitude of VA by ID, so it is an acceptable voltage value. So its value is equal to 1 by lambda. Okay, it is a MOSFET parameter. It will be given normally, like how you are giving value to other parameters, no, like K and dash, W by L and all, we have given value, right? So same way in the problem, this VA value also will be given, so that either is specified or can be measured. Okay, it can be measured. So this is another formula required in model. Okay, so previous model, so we didn't have the R0. So now we are going to add this R0 in the model. So you'll get a new modification to this equivalent model. Okay, so I will show you that model later. Before that, little bit I will explain. It should be recalled that for a given process technology, VA is proportional to the MOSFET channel length. VA something, one term I have used. So it is proportional to the channel length. What is channel? I shown you very first MOSFET. There are n plus regions. When you apply a drain voltage, so electrons will flow and it will form a channel, right? So that channel length, for that it is proportional, this value of VA. The current ID is the value of the DC drain current without the channel length modulation taken into account. So normally for simplicity purpose, channel length modulation, lambda value will not take. So that equation is simple. Okay, so same thing we are doing it here. So in that case, what is the ID equation? We have done it many times, right? So it is 1 by 2 K n dash W by L VOV square, or it is VGS minus VT whole square. Okay, so this equation should be always there with you when you are discussing MOSFET. Okay, so typically R0. So what about R0? So R0 should be typically in the range of 10 kilo ohm to 1000 kilo ohm. They have given the range of this value. So when you do the calculation, its value will come above 10 kilo ohm and less than 1 mega ohm. Okay, or 1000 kilo ohm. Okay, or 10 mega ohm. It follows that the accuracy of the small signal model can be improved by including R0 in parallel with the control source. Okay, so accuracy is more in this model. That's why normally we'll consider this figure E model only. Okay, I will show you one more model now. So this will be used in most of the things. So what is the change to previous one? Same as VGS is there, gate drain source is there, GM VGS is there. R0 is added now in parallel with this control source. So now this will consider the dependency of VD on drain current, dependency of VD, drain voltage on the drain current ID. Okay, so this is a perfect accurate model we can say for the MOSFET. So whenever MOSFET is there, we'll go for this model. It is important to note that the small signal model parameters GM and R0. So parameters are there here, right? VGS is input voltage, GM and R0. These two are depending on the DC bias point of the MOSFET. Why it is depending on DC bias point? Because GM calculation includes drain current. Even the R0 calculation includes drain current there, VA by ID, right? So that's why biasing, DC bias point is very important. Okay. Okay. So this is about the MOSFET models. So a few more things. So based on that, we'll get new equations for now voltage gain as well as the transconductance that we take up. Returning to the amplifier of figure A, very first we have shown one figure. If you have the notes, you can look at. We find that replacing the MOSFET with the small signal model of figure E results in the voltage gain expression. So what we have calculated previously in the voltage gain VD by VGS is nothing but minus GM into RD we told. Previous case, right? Previous last class, yesterday's class. So now since R0 is included, so what will happen? Changes to that RD parallel to R0 will first computed and that will be multiplied with GM next. Okay. So this is the modification will happen to the voltage gain equation. Thus the finite output resistance R0 results in a reduction in the magnitude of the voltage gain, including the R0 will reduce the voltage gain by a little fraction. Okay, that is the conclusion. Although the analysis above is performed on an NMOS transistor, whatever we have done analysis of small signal operation, it is completely on NMOS transistor we have assumed. Okay, and we have taken Kn dash W by L. Okay, so all related to N channel we have taken. Now, if the same thing will apply to PMOS transistor also. Okay, so except for using the VGS, VT, VOV, VA, these will not change. Okay, and replacing Kn dash with Kp dash. In the place of Kn dash, Kp dash will come because it is a P-type material. Okay, so it is about the models. Okay, and the PMOS transistor, if you use, what is the changes you have to make in the device. So don't worry about PMOS. So it is just for sake, it is included that sentence. So normally in the exam or the concept, we will discuss NMOS only. Okay. So next one, transconductance. Transconductance already I have discussed in small signal operation, but one more time we'll discuss that with little modification in the equations. Okay, so GM will see few equations and its explanation. Okay, we shall now take a closer look at the MOSFET transconductance given by equation 8, which we repeat here. Okay, so what is that equation there? Kn dash W by L VGS minus VT. This is the equation we have seen in equation 8 in this notes. Okay, if you have, you can look at. And also equation 9. Equation 9 was telling Kn dash W by L VOV. That is overdrive voltage, nothing but VGS minus VT. For that, it is substituted. Equation 8 and 9 only I have written here as equation 17. So this relationship indicates that GM is proportional to the process transconductance parameter. That means what? The GM is directly proportional to process transconductance parameter. Okay. So what is that? Kn dash. Okay. Kn dash, which is given as mu n into COX. In the explanation, I told you that, right? So very first MOSFET characteristics, I told you how you got this Kn dash. It is mu n COX. In the case of PMOS transistor, Kp dash is nothing but mu p into COX. That is the change. And W by L, it is called as the aspect ratio, right? So both it is directly depend on the GM of the MOS transistor. Hence, to obtain relatively large transconductance. Okay, if you want to get a large transconductance, means the device must be short and wide. So the MOSFET device which you are using, you have to make it short and wide, only then you can expect a large transconductance, because this transconductance is directly proportional to this parameter. Okay, so that is the conclusion here about one point. Okay, about transconductance. Another thing, we also observe that for a given device, the transconductance is proportional to overdrive voltage. The second one, what is depend on overdrive voltage, VOV, or which is equal to VGS minus VT, right? The amount by which the bias voltage VGS exceeds the threshold voltage VT. That is the definition of V overdrive. However, note that increasing GM by biasing the device at a larger VGS. So if you want to bias the MOSFET for a larger VGS, what will happen is there is a disadvantage of reducing the allowable voltage signal swing at the drain. Chances of clipping off of the waveform will happen, or noise break when you are speaking at the auditorium. Okay, so at the speaker side you will not listen the some words. So first two words you will be listening, next it is not skipped off. Such things will happen if you try to bias the device larger for a larger VGS. That's why it should be in a certain limit. Even you could not, it is transconductance depend on overdrive voltage, means you should not exceed it. So there is some limit for everything, so you have to be in that range. So these are the 2 points which are important regarding the transconductance, which we have discussed earlier. Okay, so some whatever missed points we are put over here, and we are explaining that. Okay. Okay, another useful expression for GM can be obtained by substituting VGS minus VT in equation 17. So previous I have shown, VGS minus VT. Just I am modifying that equation. Okay, so what I am doing, so V overdrive, I will substitute it as, so here GM. Okay, Kn dash W by L. So I will show you what we are making. From equation 1, what is the equation 1? I need your notes along with that for to understand. Writing also difficult here. So for normally first equation was about ID is equal to what you have here is 1 by 2. I hope you are understanding what I am saying. 1 by 2 Kn dash W by L VGS minus VT, or overdrive voltage, like that it is there. Understand? Okay, writing is very difficult. Okay, VGS minus VT, it was the equation number 1. So from this what I have made here is, for VGS minus VT, for VGS minus VT, this one I have made little modification. Now what I have made, if I write the expression for VGS minus VT, what happens, this 2 will come in this side, it will become 2 ID divided by Kn dash W by L will come. Okay, so that is what VGS minus, that I will substitute in GM equation. So in GM equation, so I have directly written this equation. So GM equation, what you had there, 1 by 2, like that. Okay, and it is there VGS minus VT whole square, right? I wanted to show this, right? So writing pen difficult. VGS minus VT whole square, it is 2 ID divided by Kn dash W by L. Okay, so if square you have to remove, means it will come square root of 2 ID divided by square root of Kn dash W by L. And in this equation 17, okay, so just write down yourself only. Okay, so what I'm making, so in this, so VGS minus VT, I am substituting that value. Okay, what is that value? ID divided by square root of 2 ID divided by square root of Kn dash WL. So since here Kn dash W by L is there, so this square root of Kn dash W by L will cancel out, and here square root of Kn dash W by L will come, and here square root of 2 ID is there, so it will remain. Okay, so that only I have written there, equation number 18. Okay, I would have shown that in the notes, but I have not done it. Okay, so that is the thing. So square root of 2 Kn dash, okay, W by L. So I have splitted it. Square root of 2 ID I have taken, Kn dash I have clubbed with this, W by L separated it, ID I have separated it. Okay, so why it is separated? Just to tell you, the transconductance depends on 3 different parameters. So this expression shows that for a given MOSFET, GM is proportional to the square root of the DC bias current. Square root of the DC bias current means ID. At a given bias current, GM is proportional to W by L. Square root of W by L also it is proportional. To show you this, this expression is written. Okay. So if you work out that, okay, so you'll get this equation. So in contrast, the transconductance of the BJT or bipolar junction transistor is proportional to the bias current and is independent of the physical size and geometry of the device. Okay. So to gain some insight into the values of GM obtained in MOSFETs, consider an integrated circuit device operating at ID equal to 0.5 milliamp and having Kn dash equal to 120 microamp per volt square. Okay. So there's some points. Okay. No need to take much. Okay. So the equation 18, whatever we have derived, which shows that for W by L equal to 1, GM equal to 0.35. Some values I have given. A device for which W by L equal to 100 has GM equal to 3.5. So the changes in the transconductance it is showing. Okay. So if you take a W by L equal to 1, you are getting GM this value. If you take a GM value 100, GM value is coming this much. So in contrast, BJT, it is not like that. So MOSFET, there is a change. So in BJT operating at a collector current of 0.5 milliamp has GM equal to 20 milliamp per volt. So compared to BJT, MOSFET is having very less transconductance. It is one of the advantage which is used in integrated circuit manufacturing. Okay. So just to tell you that point, this point is included. Okay. So these are the things about the MOSFET models. Okay. So we have a problem. So before that, some few points are there. So the GM we can give different expression now. Okay. So equation 8, 9 we gave one expression. Equation 18 we gave one new expression for GM. Now 19 is one more expression. Yet another expression for MOSFET can be obtained by substituting for Kn dash W by L in equation 17 by this value. Okay. Earlier VGS minus VT I have substituted. Now I substitute for Kn dash W by L. Then it will give 2ID by VGS minus VT. Okay. So it is 2ID by. So in the problem solving, whichever is parameter given, which equation suits you, based on that you can solve the problem. Okay. So it has different equations. In summary, there are 3 different relationships determining GM. Okay. So when writing notes, you read this. Okay. After writing notes, you read once again. So now you won't understand this, what I'm saying. Equation 17, 18, 19. Okay. See together. And the 3 design parameters. You can modify W by L, V overdrive voltage and ID, and any 2 of which can be chosen independently. Okay, choosing this one of the parameter, you can get 3 different expression for GM. So that is the designer may choose to operate the MOSFET with a certain overdrive voltage V overdrive and at a particular current ID, the required W by L ratio can then be found and the resulting GM can be determined. Okay, so just collect these GM equations. So in the next class, only one problem is there. So I will try to do that. Okay. To understand all these concepts, small signal operation, models, everything, one problem is there. So that will give you the clear picture. Okay.